Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to really get into the fascinating details behind things. And today, we've got something pretty special.
We do indeed.
We're looking at how someone took, believe it or not, a simple iron nail, just an ordinary nail, and turned it into this incredible, super detailed miniature cross sword.
It sounds almost impossible, doesn't it?
It really does. The ingenuity is just, wow. So let's unpack this whole process.
Okay, so our mission really is to walk through the steps shown in the source video, that savetick.co.mp4 file. And it's not just what they made, but you get to see how they figured things out. Lots of problem solving.
Yeah, that precision is amazing. Okay, so it all starts with the nail, obviously. The very first thing they tackle is the handle's core, right?
Yeah.
The dragon bone, as the source calls it.
That's right, the chin. And it's not delicate work at this point?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
It looks like they're using, a cutting wheel, angle grinder, files, just really roughing out that basic shape.
A lot of raw effort there, just getting the basic form established.
Then, after that spine is sort of defined, they focus on what will become the blade itself. Taking the rest of the nail, heating it up really intensely with the blowtorch.
Preparing it for forging.
Exactly, hand forging. And you can see in the video after this, the surface is, well, it's pretty uneven.
Oh yeah, very rough. But what's really interesting here is that you're seeing classic blacksmithing, Heat and force, that's how metal gets shaped. This initial forging, it starts to define the metal, sets the stage for everything else.
Okay, so you've got this rough forged blade shape.
Yeah.
How do they start refining that? It looks pretty crude.
Well, the first step is quite clever. They glue on a paper template, like a pre-designed shape of the final blade.
Ah, okay, as a guide.
Exactly. And then they use something called wire cutting.
Which sounds maybe simple, but it's actually quite high-tech, isn't it? It's not like using wire cutters.
No, not at all. It uses this extremely thin wire carrying an electric charge to precisely cut through the metal.
So it follows the template and removes all the extra metal. Very neat.
Gives you that initial rough outline of the sword shape.
But still rough, right? So the edges need more work.
Definitely. So then it's on to grinding wheels and files. Lots of careful work smoothing out all those irregularities left by the wire cutting.
Getting rid of sharp points, making it smooth.
It's all about pushing towards that final precise shape, really getting down to the fine details.
And then comes a really important step, metallurgically speaking, annealing. The source calls it ARI.
Yes, annealing. Crucial step.
What's the main purpose here? Why do they do this?
It's basically to soften the blade temporarily. It reduces the hardness that might have built up during forging and cutting.
Making it easier to work with for the next stages.
Precisely. More workable, less brittle. If you tried to do the really fine grinding and shaping on hardened steel, it would be much harder, and you might even risk cracking it.
Right, makes sense. So it's a strategic softening.
Exactly. It changes the metal's internal crystal structure, relieves stress. It's essential for this super detailed work coming up.
Okay, so now the metal is more cooperative. What's next?
Marking. Very, very precise marking.
Using calipers, I saw.
Yep. Marking out exactly where the two cutting edges will be, that central ridge down the blade, the tip, everything.
It's like the blueprint drawn right onto the metal.
Pretty much. That precision in marking directly leads to precision in the final grinding.
And that grinding happens in 2 stages, it looks like.
Yes. First, an electric grinder for the, let's say, rough shaping of the edges and the ridge, getting the main geometry down.
Okay.
But then it's back to hand tools, files, maybe a brace of stones for that final perfect finish, really dialing in the shape.
Getting every angle just right. Wow, okay, so the blade is shaped perfectly. Now it needs to be hard, right, for the edge.
Exactly. Now comes the hardening process, which is called quenching, or see in the source.
Right. So we softened it with annealing.
Yeah.
And now we're hardening it with quenching. That seems like, well, opposite processes.
They are, and that's the beauty of it, really. It highlights the mastery involved. Why do you think that contrast is so important here?
Well, I guess you need it soft to do all that intricate shaping.
Yes.
But then you need it hard at the end so it can actually hold an edge and be strong. It's like getting the best of both worlds.
That's a perfect way to put it. Malleability when you need it, durability when it counts. It's all about controlling the material properties. Real material science in action.
Amazing. And then, to finish the blade.
Cosmetics, essentially.
Yeah.
Careful sanding with very fine sandpaper.
Getting it super smooth.
And then polishing, bringing out that shine, making it look like, well, a miniature sword blade.
Incredible attention to detail.
Okay.
Okay, let's switch gears to the guard. The UR.
Right, the part between the blade and the handle.
This starts with melting copper, which actually looked kind of dramatic in the video.
Ah, yes, the splashing issue. Or flying wires, that was a real challenge.
Yeah, molten copper flying around sounds not good.
Definitely not, it's dangerous. And the source actually explains why it happened.
Oh, What was the cause?
It was about temperature difference. The mold they were pouring the molten copper into was too cold, below 1100 Celsius.
Okay.
So when that super hot copper hit the relatively cool mold surface, any tiny bit of moisture or, contaminant on the mold just instantly vaporized.
Ah, like a little steam explosion.
Exactly. A sudden expansion of gas that just spat the molten copper back out forcefully.
Wow. Okay, so how did they solve that? Because they clearly figured it out.
Ingeniously, they did two things. Preheated the mold closer to the copper's temperature.
Right, reduce the thermal shock.
Precisely. And they applied some kind of high-temperature protective coating to the mold.
So preventing both the shock and maybe sealing off any contaminants.
Seems like it. It's great problem solving, isn't it? They didn't just give up, they figured out the physics and found a practical solution.
Really impressive. Okay, so crisis averted. They have their copper blank. What happens next with the guard?
Well, they roll the copper out to get the right thickness. Then, similar to the blade, they attach templates for the guard shape.
And back to the wire cutting.
Yep, using that same precise wire cutting to get the basic form of the guard.
Now, there was a bit I thought was particularly clever for shaping the ends of the guard. Those curved bits.
Ah, the makeshift lathes, yes.
They took an angle grinder and rigged it up with a simple fixture to basically act like a miniature lathe.
It's fantastic resourcefulness.
Yeah.
A lathe spins the material right so you can shape it symmetrically against a tool. They needed that for the guard ends.
But instead of needing a whole separate, probably expensive mini lathe.
They just adapted the tool they had. Brilliant. Really shows that innovative spirit.
Definitely. So after shaping, it's more polishing, fitting the different parts of the guard together.
Right. Getting it all assembled into the final guard piece.
Okay, moving down the sword. The handle. Made from red rose wood, looked like.
Yes. Beautiful piece of wood.
And the process seemed fairly straightforward here. Drill a hole through for the tang, the spine of the sword.
Right, for the dragon bone to pass through.
And then use a proper lathe this time to turn the outside, get that nice rounded handle shape.
Correct. Standard woodworking techniques, but done with precision for the miniature scale.
And right at the very end, there's the pommel, the little cap,
Mm-hmm. And this is a really nice decorative touch.
the ruby, a tiny red ruby set into it.
Yeah, and the way it's set is interesting. It's called bezel setting, or UU.
Bezel setting.
Yeah.
What does that involve exactly? It's not just glue, is it?
Oh no, definitely not. It's a proper jewelry technique. You basically form the metal edge of the setting up and over the edges of the stone, completely enclosing it.
Ah, so the metal itself holds the stone securely in place.
Exactly. It's very secure, it looks great, and it's a mix of careful engineering and artistry.
Very cool. And then they assemble the parts of the pommel itself.
And that completes the final component.
So after all that, the forging, grinding, annealing, quenching, wire cutting, problem solving, polishing, setting, the sword is finally assembled.
From nail to miniature masterpiece, all the components brought together.
But wait, there's one more really amazing part. The display.
Ah, yes, the stand. It's not just any stand.
No, it's got these two neodymium magnets.
Super powerful magnets. The source mentions they're currently known as the strongest magnets available.
And because the sword is steel and the magnets are positioned just right,
The sword just floats, it levitates in the stand.
it looks incredible, like it's defying gravity.
It's a stunning presentation. It really elevates the whole piece, combining the craftsmanship with a bit of, modern physics magic.
It really creates this sense of wonder, doesn't it? Seeing this tiny, perfect sword just hanging there in the air. Breathtaking.
Truly.
So what a journey, huh? From a really common, crude iron nail.
All the way to this incredibly detailed, balanced, polished miniature sword that even floats.
We saw traditional blacksmithing, high-tech cutting, clever problem solving, like with that copper splashing.
And that makeshift lathe, don't forget that.
Oh yeah. And just meticulous, precise work at every single stage.
And breaking it down like this, you really get a feel for the skill involved, right? It's not just what they made, but thinking through the how and the why behind each step. That's where the real appreciation comes in, I think.
I totally agree. It makes you realize the thought and expertise that goes into creating something like this,
Yeah.
even on a miniature scale.
Definitely.
So it leaves you wondering, what other amazing things could be made from simple materials if you just apply enough ingenuity and skill? And for you, listening in, what part of this whole process stood out the most? Was it the forging, the problem solving, the final magnetic display? Something to think about.
Want more amazing transformations? Hit subscribe, plenty of cool restorations coming up.